Hi guys, Craig Williams here. Welcome back to the Making Waves channel. I've decided today it's far too hot to sit in the studio to work on music, so I wanted to get out, get close to the water and just feel inspired out in nature. So I've just dropped my wife off to a wedding party in the Forest of Dean and I decided to go and check out Mallards Pike. Now I've never been here before, but where I'm parked right now I've got a perfect view of like this beautiful pond with some picnic benches, and I'm a sucker for picnic benches, so I've got a really lightweight carry case today with just my MacBook, the Ableton Move, my field recorder, the camera, tripod. Yeah, it all fits into a backpack, so I was hoping this place was going to be open, and it is. And I've got here at like 6 o'clock, so everyone's gone, which is the vibe. We're going to go and work on some music, maybe capture some sounds and just have a session outdoors because, yeah, I'm in the mood to write, and there is nothing worse than sitting in a house that's like 35 degrees indoors, because anyone that's British knows that our buildings are not designed for this sort of weather. Anyway, let's go. Wow. I've got to say, I feel absolutely blessed to be here. Just getting to write music alone. I'm not really alone, am I? But it's all good. I said to myself it was going to be cooler if I came out here, but I don't think it is at all. I'm absolutely sweltering. Sometimes just working on music within the constraints of like four walls can feel a little bit claustrophobic. I could just sit here and do nothing, which is probably what I'm going to do for a little bit. And the other thing I find beautiful about getting out in places like this is like there's no ego, there's just yourself and nature. And I found, especially working on ambient music, but it doesn't have to be, it could be anything, just having a clear mind, because at the moment I've got a lot of brain fog going on. You know, when I'm not working on music, there's so much other things that I'm having to consider, and not all negative, but just like the capacity is there. And I feel almost, you know, the idea of just going up into my studio space and working on music, sometimes it's so easy to put off because it's just there and the remote's just there or the controller's just there, and I can just, yeah, there's too many guilty pleasures that are like there to distract me from working on music, whereas committing to somewhere like this, even if the session itself isn't overly productive, I think just getting out here and working on something in its own right is a good practice and a healthy practice. Because at the end of the day, practicing this art is what it's all about. It's not always about the finished product, it's just about the journey is the destination, I find, especially when you get out somewhere like this. I'm going to walk away from this, I'm going to remember this session forever because it's a unique spot. I've never been here before. The music I've made will, like, you know, almost be interlinked with this view in my head, and there is something special about that, and that's something that I'm trying to practice, is like slowing down the noise, because we're all so tuned in to the internet and the demands of trying to create regular content, regular music, and I don't know, I try to distance myself from that a little bit for my own peace of mind and for my own mental clarity. So this is something that I found very self-serving to do. Anyway, before we wrap this up, I really want to capture some field recordings, so let's go do that. Here we go. Just look at this view. Let's just get a walk around the lake and reflect on the session. I hope you've enjoyed this video. You know, it's nice to get out here and share this process. It's a relatively new thing for me too. I'm not going to pretend I've been doing it for years. It's only been the last couple of years, as, I don't know, maybe I could tie it to the fact that it's since I've become a father that I've wanted to slow life down a little bit and cherish it, and this gives me a perfect opportunity to do so. Just getting away from the city, clearing my head, and breathing in some nice clear air, although today rather on the stuffy side. We're about to cross a bridge, by the way. I just wanted to take a moment to get a panoramic shot so you can really see. Wow. There's something about like mirrored shots in the water that just looks so picturesque. Yeah, I can't get over this. This is stunning. The water's so clear. I feel like this is turning into a bit of a therapy session now, but it's been wholesome, it's been nice. And that's what I love. This isn't just about working on the music, it's just escapism and disconnecting. And sometimes, you know, you do that, then you get creative, and you might find what you make is completely different to what you would usually do. So it's exciting. I guess it adds a little bit of adventure. Okay, so here's the moment of truth. We're going to see if my field recorder's still there. We might find that if people have sat on those benches, they might be confessing stuff. It's still there, I think. Yeah, it is. Zoom right in. And again, there it is. Just there. I keep walking past people and they've got bottles of water. They were way more prepared for this than I am. It's still, I've just checked, still 29 degrees, and there's a cafe here and it closes at 5. And I wish it was open right now because I'd do anything for a drink. I'm not even gonna lie, I am struggling. Lesson learned. So, you know, this compact bag that I've done, Jesus, washed out, there you go. This compact bag needs a flask or a drink, and then we are good to go. Right, so I'm about to pack down now, but I just wanted to show you how compact this setup really is. So I've got a Zoom H1N budget field recorder. It does what I need it to do. We're not striving for perfection. Again, we're trying to add granular, textural sort of noise into the mix. So this is solid for that. I've got a little tripod. I don't even know what it is. I'm not gonna try and upsell what it is, but it's just a budget tripod. I've got my Hohem iSteady for a gimbal. I've got some KRK headphones. This is just so that I can listen to the Ableton Move when I'm working on music. The sort of built-in audio, there's a tiny little speaker and it's underneath, and there's absolutely no bass, no body, so it's kind of impossible to write with that, or at least I find it. So, but yeah, I've got a little carry case for that. So in the case we've got the Ableton Move, and then in here I've got a few cables, so all of my cables and stuff, and even the field recorder, in all fairness, fits in here, so that's brilliant. I could even just take that out, I don't need a backpack. What else have I got in here? AirPods, SSD for storage transfer, and I've got another Rode lav mic just in case the battery went on, oh yeah, the DJI lav mic. So that's connected to the phone right now, and hard recording the audio, which makes it a little bit easier when it comes to post editing. So that's it. Can literally throw it all into a backpack, go for a wander and work on some music. I'm gonna have to move because these ants are climbing all over me, but that's my setup anyway. It all fits into a backpack. You don't need half of this stuff to get started working somewhere like this. Right, let's move. Don't want to forget that, Jesus Christ. So, I hope you found this video enjoyable. Thank you for joining me on the journey, and it really was just that. It's these sort of videos aren't planned really. I just pick a location and see what happens. I have no idea. I've never been there before, so I don't really know what to expect. But that is the fun of this kind of experience, is to just go for it and see what happens. Whether we create something, whether we just have a good time, that's more than I can ask for. So thank you again if you've made it this far into the video. I'll be doing more of these, especially during the rest of the summer whilst the weather is nice. So yeah, thanks again. See you, bye.